Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel, where we dive into the world of coding and solve some of the toughest problems out there. Today, we're going to tackle a medium-level problem from LeetCode, called total waviness of numbers in range I. This problem is all about calculating the waviness of numbers in a given range. And I'm excited to share my solution with you. So, let's break down the problem. We're given a range of numbers from num1 to num2, and we need to calculate the total waviness of all numbers in this range. But what exactly is waviness? Well, a digit's waviness is determined by whether it's a peak, meaning it's greater than its neighbors, or a valley, meaning it's less than its neighbors. Our task is to iterate through all numbers in the range and check each digit to determine the overall waviness. Now, let's talk about the intuition behind this problem. Think of it like a wave, where each digit is a point on the wave. If a digit is greater than its neighbors, it's like a peak in the wave, and if it's less than its neighbors, it's like a valley. We need to count the number of peaks and valleys in each number, and then add them up to get the total waviness. This intuition is key to solving the problem, as it helps us understand what we're trying to achieve. So, how do we solve this problem? Well, we start by iterating through all numbers in the range, from num1 to num2. For each number, we convert it to a string, so we can access individual digits. If the number has fewer than 3 digits, we skip it, because its waviness is 0. Then, we iterate through the digits in the string, excluding the first and last digits. For each digit, we check if it's a peak or a valley, and if so, we increment the total waviness. Now, let's take a look at the code. We define a class called solution, with a method called total waviness, which takes two integers, num1 and num2. We initialize a variable called total to 0, which will store the total waviness. Then, we iterate through all numbers in the range, using a for loop. For each number, we convert it to a string, using the to_string method. If the string length is less than 3, we continue to the next iteration. Otherwise, we iterate through the digits in the string. Using another for loop, we check if the current digit is a peak or a valley, by comparing it with its neighbors. If it's a peak or a valley, we increment the total waviness. Finally, we return the total waviness. Now, let's talk about the complexity of this solution. The time complexity is O(n)m, where n is the range of numbers and m is the average number of digits in the numbers. This is because we're iterating through each number and then through each digit in the number. The space complexity is O(m), where m is the average number of digits in the numbers. This is because we're converting each number to a string, which can take up to m space. And that's it, folks. That's my solution to the total waviness of numbers in range I problem. I hope you found this explanation helpful, and that you now have a better understanding of how to solve this problem. If you did, be sure to like the video, subscribe, and comment your approach below. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.